Why are farts funny? Toot, pass gas, cut the cheese, or the brown backfire? No matter your age, status, or positioning on a social ladder, the fact remains the same that they are indeed funny, and most importantly embarrassing. Good evening, morning, afternoon, you lovely people. Today I bring you 5 stories from the vault, different situations, different people, but every single one of them has that special moment in common. I'll rank them all at the end. Number 1 is going to make your jaw drop, I promise. Let's get into it.
So, first fight I was ever in. This guy absolutely despised me. I mean, the hatred in his eyes, personal, biblical. This man wanted me erased. I'm standing there doing the math. He's bigger than me. He's angrier than me. I'm wearing flip-flops. The odds are not great. I am certain he's going for the face. I'm already mentally calculating how much teeth cost. Do I have dental? I do not have dental. He winds up and goes for the gut. Now, what he did not know, what I barely knew, is that my body, under extreme stress, apparently has a nuclear option. The moment his fist made contact, I detonated. I'm talking a sound that had no business coming out of a human being. It had a timestamp. People 3 blocks away looked up from their phones. The fight stopped. Time itself stopped. We just looked at each other. His whole face went through 5 stages of grief in about half a second, and then we both completely lost it. Laughing so hard we couldn't stand, couldn't breathe, on our knees in the parking lot like we'd been best friends for 20 years, which was good, because I needed to. Excuse myself, let's just say the atomic bomb had fallout. We were inseparable after that. Best buds. Never had a single problem. Turns out the fastest way to end a fight isn't skills, isn't size. It's chemistry.
1985, freshman year of college. I had 8 people crammed into my tiny dorm room. 8. The kind of room where the fire code is more of a suggestion. Music's playing. People are talking. Life is good. And then something changed. I can't explain it scientifically. But the air shifted. Like the room itself made a decision, one by one. And I mean this. One by one, people started finding reasons to leave. Oh, I forgot my thing, gone. Within 60 seconds, 8 people had evacuated my dorm room like there was a government warning. And I'm standing there alone thinking, did I miss something? Was there an announcement? Is this a fire drill? I look over to my desk, and there she is, my wife, well, girlfriend at the time, sitting perfectly still, not saying a word. But her face is absolutely falling apart. She is laugh-crying, silently, like a broken TV. Tears streaming down. Shoulders going. 0 sound coming out. The full system crash. I looked at her. I looked at the room. I looked at the air, and I said, "Did you drop that bomb?" She could not speak. She could not form words. All she could do was slowly nod, yes, this woman. This tiny, composed, beautiful woman had silently Dutch ovened 8 college students out of a dorm room. Not one person knew who did it. Not one person suspected her. A clean getaway. No witnesses. Masterful. And I want you to understand something. I have thought about that moment for nearly 40 years. That was the day I fell in love. Not because of the act itself, but because of the joy on her face. Pure, unhinged, delighted joy. Like she just pulled off the greatest heist of her life. She didn't accidentally clear that room. She chose that moment. She owned it. 0 shame. 100% chaos. I thought, this woman is unhinged in exactly the right way. I need to marry her immediately. Almost 40 years. Still together, still laughing, and I'll tell you this, no pun intended, that woman is a hot shit. Seriously though. Marry someone who can clear a room and laugh about it. That's the secret. That's all the secret.
2005. I am 18 years old, fresh-faced Catholic college freshman. I am a lady. I am composed. I have my whole life ahead of me. It is a Tuesday. I decide to go get a Diet Coke from the rec room. Simple errand. 30 seconds. What could go wrong? There are 2 guys playing pool. Very casual. Very normal. The gentle click of billiard balls. Peaceful even. I walk up to the vending machine. I put in my dollar. I press the button. I bend down to grab my soda and something ancient woke up inside me. I'm talking deep. From somewhere that should not exist in an 18-year-old girl. Something that had been waiting. Something that had grievances. The sound that came out of my body was not from this earth. It was loud. It was long. It had layers. It echoed off the vending machine. It echoed off the pool table. I'm pretty sure it showed up on a seismograph somewhere. Time stopped. The pool cues stopped. The vending machine stopped. I slowly stood up with my Diet Coke and I looked to my left, turning head slowly. Both guys. Stock still, mouths open, staring at me like I had just levitated, like every assumption they had ever made about young women had been shattered in one single moment. Now, a mature person might have laughed it off, owned it, made a joke. I'm 18. I am at a Catholic college. I bolted. No explanation. No eye contact. No goodbye. Just me and my Diet Coke at full sprint down a hallway, the sound of my own dignity disappearing behind me. I never went back to that rec room. Those two guys probably still talk about it. I've made my peace with being someone's unexplained story. We don't always get to choose our legacy. But I got my Diet Coke, worth it.
Some nights are perfect. Good food. Good company. You sleep the deep, satisfied sleep of a man who has made excellent choices. This was one of those nights. I had eaten, and I need you to understand the scale of what I consumed. A bacon. Blue cheese burger, not a meal. A monument. I went to bed full, happy, and completely at peace with the universe. The universe had other plans. Somewhere around 2 a.m., deep in the most beautiful sleep of my life, my body quietly filed a complaint. I woke up gagging, not stirring, not groggy, gagging, eyes open, sitting up, full system alert. And my first thought, my immediate, certain, no doubt in my mind thought, the dogs have pooped. In the bedroom, I am convinced I am already building the case. I am ready to name suspects. Boris! It was Boris. My wife wakes up because of the gagging. What's wrong? I think the dogs pooped in the bedroom. She sniffs the air. Her face does something I have never seen before and hope never to see again. Watching in slow motion. She just slowly pulls the blanket over her entire head, full submersion. No hesitation. Gone. And from under the blanket I hear, "Oh my God!" And then what I can only describe as pre-vomit sounds. And I'm sitting there, in the dark, blanketless. The dogs are at the foot of the bed, completely fine. Sleeping like angels. Fully innocent. It was not the dogs. It was never the dogs. The monster was inside the house. The bacon blue cheeseburger had issued a delayed invoice, and my wife nearly paid for it with her life. She didn't come out from under that blanket for 11 minutes. I counted. We don't talk about that night. The dogs still get the blame.
I want to tell you about the most impressive thing I have ever witnessed in 40 years of being alive. Not a sunset. Not the birth of a child. Not a sporting achievement of any kind. A fart. Now, context. I drove my grandmother to visit her sister. My great-aunt. A woman approaching 80 years old. A woman who had lived, raised children, survived decades, earned every single thing she had coming to her. We're sitting in the dining room. 4 of us, just talking. Lovely afternoon. The kind of peaceful family visit where nothing remarkable is supposed to happen. And then, my great-aunt shifted slightly in her chair. What followed, I don't know how to explain this within the limits of the English language. It started, and then it continued, and continued. And we're all just sitting there, still making eye contact with each other, nodding slightly, like we're waiting for a train to pass. It stopped. Nobody spoke. Because what do you say? What words exist for that moment? This woman, this nearly 80-year-old woman, had just produced something that, by all laws of physics, should not have been possible from a human body of that size. That was endurance. That was commitment. That was a lifetime of simply not caring what anybody thinks anymore, and, frankly, I respect it enormously. My grandmother, her own sister, looked over with an expression that was 1 part horror and 2 parts profound recognition.
Like she was thinking, yeah, that tracks. That has always been her. I have been to many memorable family gatherings in my life. There is that one. And then there is everything else. 80 years on this earth and she didn't apologize. Didn't flinch. Just let history be made. When I grow up, I want to be exactly like her.
Alright, so the ranking in my opinion. Number 5, The Peacemaker. Make love, not war. Number 4, The Bedroom Incident. My kind of humour, but blaming dogs, it's a no-no in my eyes. Number 3, Diet Coke and Brimstone. I can relate a little bit too much to this one, but it's got nothing on number 2. Love at First Stench. Cute, but very stinky. Finally, number 1, The Legend of Aunt Gloria. I could smell it from here as I was listening. If you're new here, feel free to drop us a sub and let us know in the comments if you agree with the ranking. Time to love you and leave you until the next video. Bye guys.